Cautiously, I entered and saw a guy who laid on the floor half fainted. Based on his appearance, he couldn't have been more than 25 years old. When I got closer, I was surprised. The guy was a cute albino. For the first time in my life, I met an albino.
Wait, so your first reaction on seeing a dude lifeless on the floor, it's, damn, that's a cute-ass albino! What's going on, guys? This is Data Starter Brother here, and today I'm back with another Untrue Tuesday. And today we're going to be reacting to 3 different videos. Two are from Dory's Story, and one is from, you guessed it, My Story Animated. Now this first video is going to be completing a little bit of a trilogy that I'm doing right now. It is called My Boyfriend Got Stuck in an Elevator with my BFF. I Saw Everything. Now you might be thinking, wait, that sounds familiar. You sound like you've reacted to some video like that before, and I have. But almost a year ago, when I was searching for some videos to do for this series, I saw 3 different videos with the same title. I Saw Everything. It was I hid in my crush's locker. I saw everything. There was I hid under my parents' bed. I saw everything. And now this one is stuck in an elevator. Is her boyfriend was stuck in an elevator with her best friend, and she saw everything. So yeah, this is gonna be the last I Saw Everything video that we're from these True Story Animated. So yeah, as before, the original channels and original videos in the description below. Go check them out if you want to watch it for yourself without me talking in the background. Without any further ado, let's go and get started. In 3, 2, 1, smash a like, play.
Hi, my name is Vicky. I'm 19.
Vicky? Itchy Vicky? Ew! Ew!
I have elevator phobia. To put it simply,
elevator
I'm
phobia?
scared of elevators. How did it begin? I'll now tell
I'm sure
you
there's
the
a fear
story.
for elevators, but I'm pretty sure it's not called elevator
friend?
phobia.
Have you heard of the theory that says amongst a pair of friends, there is always the beautiful friend and the ugly one? Well, unfortunately, I'm the latter. My best friend Phoebe has long, beautiful legs, hair like that of a model, teeth are like pearls.
Hey!
Her eyes are the color of a sea wave.
Wood!
And everything else is corresponding.
Okay.
Well, if about me, then I have short legs, a big nose, a teenage body.
Ugh, it's a hillbilly looking ass!
So thin that I can brush them with 3 fingers. And
Honestly,
I
I do
won't
that too.
say anything about my teeth. But as it said,
But, no, let's
love
just
hurts,
keep it like
and
that.
it's probably the same in regards to friendship. Me and Phoebe grew up together. We played at the same park, went to the same school. We were also neighbours. We lived in the same apartment building. She was 1 floor above mine. So, as you can understand, we were destined to become friends. Our building was really old, so there was always something breaking here. I can't remember a single month in my life that everything was fine. Either a light bulb burns out, or a window gets stuck, or a railing falls off, or the elevator breaks down, or the pipes need fixing.
That's important. That's important.
So we constantly
That's important
had
for
to call a
the
plumber,
plot of the story.
carpenter, or an electrician, or somebody else. One fantastic day, I had to call the repairman. Such a handsome guy came that my heart almost jumped.
Handsome.
His name was Daniel.
That's a stretch.
He was in first year university and was working on the side.
Then again, who am I to
While
talk?
Daniel repaired the pipe, I was imagining our wedding and our children.
Oh, is he going to repair your pipe later?
I irrecoverably fell in love, and something unexpected for me happened. He also liked me. He invited me to get a coffee, and it all began. This was my first serious relationship, and it was very important for me. I wasn't sure that I'd ever find another man like him, but I couldn't relax and enjoy life. I was being followed by fear. I only thought of one thing, that he mustn't meet my beautiful friend Phoebe. I decided to keep Daniel a secret from her. I'll tell you, it was not at all easy. Phoebe was constantly near me. She was super interested in meeting my first boyfriend.
Well, yeah, because she's just being a good
looks,
friend and she wants to see who's making you happy.
Kisses. It was just impossible to withstand. She would also peep into my phone when I texted him. I knew that I wouldn't be able to keep Daniel hidden from my crazy, beautiful friend. And then it indeed happened. But I could never have imagined what happened, even in my worst dreams. During one of our dates, I invited Daniel to come over.
Here we go.
We planned to do some romantic movie watching. I knew that Phoebe wouldn't be home, as she had gone to IKEA for a new cabinet, so I was sure we wouldn't cross paths. Imagine my surprise and panic when we bumped into her in the hall.
Fuck!
She was carrying the bags and cabinet by herself. It looked pitying, but also very attractive. A tired Phoebe in a light dress and with a good-looking décolletage, and of course, Daniel decided to help her carry her things.
I mean, he's just being a nice guy.
Crushed and mad at the same time. How could it be? We were on a date, but then I reasoned with
He's just helping her out.
Phoebe was my best friend, and it was hard for her to carry it by herself, while Daniel just likes to help
he's Superman.
people. It's all
He likes
fine.
Superman.
No reason to worry. Oh, I was so dumb. I was going to help Phoebe and take a few bags, but unfortunately, the three of us didn't fit into the elevator. We agreed that I'd wait for the next one. It was hard to let him go with her, even for a minute. But I again gathered myself and criticized myself for my bad thoughts. And what do you think? The elevator broke down, and it wasn't surprising in how
Man, y'all need to move out of this haunted ass apartment complex.
In the elevator together, a hot guy and a very beautiful girl together, stuck in an elevator. Don't the thoughts of what they would do in there come to you naturally? But I stopped these because you
I get where she's coming from. She's insecure and like
big imagination.
she's insecure of herself and like a good-looking guy, and then there's the beautiful friend, and you know that's. I have nothing to roast her about. I have nothing to roast about her. If I were in her shoes, I feel the exact same.
We began watching them. At first, they just talked. But an hour passed and no one from the repair company came. I asked the concierge to call them again. We were told that the team was sent out, but it was stuck in traffic.
Of course.
How much longer were we to wait? For me, it was really tough. Each minute of their chatting that I couldn't listen to put pressure on me. I decided to call Daniel to talk to him, but his phone was unavailable. There was no service in the elevator. The only thing I could do was watch. It seems Phoebe got hot and she decided to tie her incredible
okay.
hair.
I thought
it seemed like even
I thought that she got so hot that she decided to take her shirt off.
Jaw drop from admiration. He came close.
He's all like.
Then they decided to sit down, and Phoebe was in a short dress. She sat in such a cute way, as though she was showing off her legs. They came closer and closer to each other.
Damn, girl.
Daniel made her laugh, and she touched him on the shoulder. It was unbearable. I felt like my heart stopped. It was so hurtful to watch them, but I couldn't stop. As I needed to control the situation, Daniel put his hand on Phoebe's knee. He came close to her with his face, about to kiss, and suddenly the light went out. At first, I didn't even understand. Did the light go out, or was I blacking out? I pinched myself with all my strength. I hoped it was all just a bad dream. In our
they animated her
building,
so
the
fucking hideous
and
looking.
Light went out together, and all at that moment, my boyfriend and best
was the buck
friend
teeth really
were
necessary?
Together in the elevator. I didn't know what they were doing in there for the next hour. Oh, I could only imagine. I went out to the stairwell and called for Daniel, but no one answered me. I sat down on the steps and began weeping. My heart felt off. I heard some noise at the floor below. The repairman had arrived.
Oh,
the elevator door with
I thought she was hearing.
Phoebe and Daniel exited. Her dress was crumpled.
Why is his shirt open?
Her lipstick smeared, while his shirt was unbuttoned. When I saw it, I became upset. I yelled at them non-stop, insulting Phoebe and saying bad things to Daniel. In short, it was a show. The repairman enjoyed it quite a bit. Phoebe and Daniel.
I want to be laughing. I'd be so fucking awkward.
but I knew my friend too long.
Yeah, real talk, this is awkward though.
In result, Phoebe ran home crying, even leaving her things. Daniel was upset with me and we argued so badly that we broke up. I regret being so harsh with them. Is it possible that nothing happened between them? That I invented it all?
No, something definitely did happen.
Phoebe. I cooked her favorite macaroons and was going to go over to her. But then
those macaroons better quit playing with me. I swear.
A bouquet of roses. He came to get back together, I thought. Happy, I ran out to Daniel and jumped to hug him. I had the thought. I knew it. He only loves me. I took the bouquet of roses and kissed him. But he silently took the bouquet from me and said, sorry, it's not for you. He went upstairs to Phoebe. My legs collapsed under me and fell, but he didn't even turn around. My suspicions were confirmed. They started dating. I couldn't stand it and told my parents
Oh my god, I feel so bad for her.
They understood me well and we
But you know what?
Out. 9 months
he wasn't good for you anyway.
I could not forget about him. Maybe he finally.
Just like if he's willing to, fucking
I went onto his face,
bang someone in an elevator,
the first thing I
knowing that there's a camera watching them,
holding a child. In
he's
the
not good
video,
for you.
He says, "Thanks to my wife and to that elevator. If not for us getting stuck there,
goddamn!
Exist right now."
Daniel's poor idea was wigged in that elevator.
Elevators, and I walked up the stairs, even if I need to get to the 30th floor. But most importantly, I am scared of guys and that they'll dump me.
I mean, the scared of guys thing makes sense because, like...
Have you ever been betrayed? Share your experience in the comment section.
But what does the elevator have to do with that?
Suggestions on how I should face my problems. I don't want to be alone forever.
Yo, she's low-key asking for help. Like, what the hell?
Subscribe to the channel.
Alright, you know what? She's actually asking for advice. I'll give you advice. There's plenty of fish in the sea. I know that sounds corny, and it was really corny when I said it out loud, but there's plenty of fish in the sea, alright? He wasn't good for you anyway. If he was willing to bang someone in a broken elevator, knowing that there's a camera watching and a camera that you're watching through, so like, come on. Alright, guys, now the next video we're checking now is once again from Dory's story. It's called "I Have the Longest Name in the World, No One Can Read It." Well, you should retitle that to almost no one, because I will be able to read it. Alright? Trust.
I'm 24 years old.
No one asked.
People call me Amadi, but it is not my full name.
Amadi?
Want to know why? My parents met in Africa. My mom came from an ancient African village, while my father is a scientist who had come to write a book about them.
Oh yeah, he went over to study that ass?
As a result, my father fell in love with my mom and took her to the USA. My father wanted to become famous.
Lit, boy.
He wanted to be remembered for something in human history.
Jared from Subway
but the book did not bring him fame, nor did his following endeavors. He got so sad, he began drinking a lot.
Is that why you have the longest name in the world? You got so drunk that he's like, "Oh, your name's gonna be..."
It was then that my mom had the idea of how to immortalize his last name. At the moment, she was in the last month of pregnancy. Upon birth, she gave me the longest name in the world. So then I got into the Guinness Book of World Records. My name consisted of 1,000 letters. My father was proud of the record, telling everyone about it. While
That's fucked up.
This
That's
name
terrible
was
parenting.
a curse. To fully read out my name, you would need approximately 2 minutes.
Oh yeah, but I can read it in 1:55, bet.
Many find this funny. I won't read the whole 1,000 letters, though trust me, I can, as my parents made me learn it. They had a recording on replay go hundreds of times until I memorized it. And so, my name is actually Amadi Mokwozi Wawatu Mishindiwa Mioyo Tingaji Rosepetal Rafiki Bora Nyota Makali Zadi Maka Yajotu
Jesus Christ!
Apendo na Faraha Juikala Moto Wa Melili Ukweli Usiowiza Kupukika Umande Mupiawa Asubuhi Moyo Wa Simba Maisha Yachanzo. Impressed?
God damn! Alright, hold on. Let's go back and read all this. All of these make sense. Like Mukazi, Wawatu, Mashindi, Wamioyo, Rafiki. But Rose Petal? Why? Why is you lazy and start throwing shit in there? Like, come on, you got some cool ass words like Nyota, Zadimaka, Wamalili, Ukweli, Nafura. You got one right here called Kupitika. Like, come on, Rose Petal, get that out your damn name.
Geniuses who poked fun at me because of it. Every time when I filled in official documents where your full name had to be written, I would suffer.
I was gonna say
first from writing these 1,000 letters, and then
that's gonna be a fucking pain for like emails and paper assignments.
They had to fill it into the computer database. You can't imagine what trouble it was to get a driver's license. What's there to say? My university had to order a special large diploma for me to fit all 1,000 letters on there.
That's a waste of paper.
I was so ashamed when I held it in my hands.
Say sorry to the trees.
I dreamed so much of having a short name that it can fit on a Starbucks cup.
Right.
But I love my parents too much to change my name.
Ah, fuck that.
I know it would hurt them a lot. My dad could start drinking again, as achievements are important for him. For now, his greatest achievement is me. With time, I was becoming more annoyed. Not even because of my record-long name, but of the fact that I'm considered to be unique only because of it. But I could do something cooler than just having a name, something actually important and useful for society.
Absolutely.
And I thought of it. I decided to go back to my mom's homeland and become a volunteer to help children and poor families. My parents weren't happy about it, as it would be dangerous, but I packed my bags and flew to Kenya. I began teaching the locals to work honestly and not to steal. My organization also helps kids receive at least a secondary school education. I'm also participating in the building of a center where kids from the orphanage will live, as well as our team. So far, we have 18 kids at the orphanage. Some of them don't have parents, some do, but were rejected by them. I spend time with them. We play educational games, talk, and learn English.
Everybody trying to play
of course,
educational
none of them
games.
know about my record.
They want to go play like
good
Fortnite.
Until something happened. One day, I was late to the orphanage and decided to shorten my route. Unexpectedly for myself, I got lost. Suddenly, a little girl came out of nowhere. She was out of breath from running and was scared.
She was out of breath from calling out your long-ass name.
The girl ran up to me and said that her older brother needs immediate help. I went after her, though I was very scared.
What the hell does this have to do with you having the longest name in the world?
The girl led me to an old and creepy hut. Cautiously, I entered and saw a guy who laid on the floor half fainted. Based on his appearance, he couldn't have been more than 25 years old. When I got closer, I was surprised. The guy was a cute albino. For the first time in my life, I met an albino.
Wait, so your first reaction on seeing a dude lifeless on the floor, it's, damn, that's a cute-ass albino!
But it was not the time to admire him.
Exactly!
He fell ill. He had a fever. The girl said that she lives alone with her brother and that their parents aren't alive anymore. They hide from people because they fear the local voodoo priests who hunt for albinos. I felt so bad for them. I brought an American doctor from our center. It ended up the guy had a really bad cold, which is treated with antibiotics. I gave a large part of my savings for the medicine, and the guy started getting better. I looked at him and couldn't stop admiring him. It was the most handsome man I had ever seen. His body, lips, eyes, face, it all won me over. In all, I fell in love.
Are we really going back into old Untrue Tuesday territory? The whole unbelievable shit, but then completely go way off topic to talk about their love story. And this is the wackest love story I've ever heard. Girl with the longest name falls for albino sick guy.
When he felt
what kind of love story is that?
My name, and for the first time in Africa, I said the truth. I told him about my record and spent 2 minutes introducing myself, saying each letter the 1,000 my name consists of. But I was shocked when he said that the name is not just a compilation of random letters. It turns out a part of it was in Swahili, a local African dialect. It went joy, the savior of the people,
English.
Pioneer, conqueror of hearts. You truly are my savior, he said. He kissed me in such a way that the butterflies in my stomach began dancing the African rumba. It was probably my fate to have come here and save the man of my dreams. So if you have a name but don't like it, think it over. Maybe something more important is hidden behind it, rather than it just being a collection of letters. Write your name and its meaning in the comments section. We left Kenya because it's not possible for albinos to live there.
Wait, how? How did you move them to the U.S.? Do they have passports? Did you marry him?
Me, my boyfriend, and his younger sister now live in the USA, but still remotely help the center in Kenya. Soon, our daughter will be born, and her name will be ordinary. Because records aren't important, actions are. Subscribe to the channel and give the video a like if you were impressed by my story.
Okay, I was like hooked on it originally until that weird ass ending. What the hell? What? Why did they just randomly start going? Alright, you know what? Doesn't matter. I've said it before. I've said it enough. Okay, now for this last video we're gonna be checking out is from My Story Animated, and it's called stop me if you've heard this before. I am allergic to cold. Woo! Speaking of old Untrue Tuesday territory, we're going back to the allergic saga. Yay!
Hello, I'm Karen, and today I'll share with you how my disease complicated my life and got me in trouble. But before I move on, like the video and hit the subscribe button with the notification
bell. This shit is 11 minutes long. I already guess where the shit is gonna go.
You'll get taller by 5 inches tomorrow. Sierra and I have been best friends since kindergarten. We used to do everything together, and by everything, I literally mean everything. She was also the only one who knew about my cold allergy. At the age of 5, I was diagnosed with a rare disease called cold urticaria, which means that I get a severe skin rash whenever I get exposed to cold. That meant I had to stay warm all the time. I couldn't enjoy eating ice cream or drinking ice smoothies, so my body temperature wouldn't go down. And in winter, I had to wear multiple layers. I always looked like a giant bear with my super huge raincoats. I also couldn't enjoy playing in the snow, and Sierra would always come to my house and spend time with me inside. She was the best. However, that all changed when we got to high school. Sierra came from a rich family. Her dad owns a chain of fast food restaurants across the country. My parents, on the other hand, were both teachers. They barely made it from month to month. When students knew that she was rich, they all wanted to become friends with her. Guys wanted to invite her to their activities, and boys wanted to date her, but they always invited her alone. No one wanted me to join. One time, Alice, one of the most popular girls, approached us while we were having lunch and invited Sierra to her birthday party. And then she added, "The invitation is for you only. It's an exclusive party, you know." I knew that she wanted to get under my skin with that comment, but I couldn't care less. I told Sierra to go. I didn't like Alice anyway. After that, Sierra started getting tons of invitations, and we stopped seeing each other as much. Then something unexpected happened during chemistry class. The teacher assigned all the students to work in pairs. I had to work with Hudson, the hottest boy at school. He was the captain of the football team. Hudson and I started working on the project together, but soon enough, he confessed his feelings for me, and we started dating. Hudson was the cutest. He cared for me so much that he came to drive me to school every day. For the first time in my life, I think I'm just gonna lay back and just like. But somehow, Sierra didn't like that. When she saw me walking hand in hand with Hudson, she was surprised. She came rushing and asked, "Are you two a couple?" I answered happily, "Yes, I haven't had the chance to tell you because you seem always busy lately. How about we all go for dinner together?" Sierra added with a strange look, "Sure, I'd love to get to know my best friend's BF." I smiled, and we agreed to meet at this fast food restaurant. But the moment we walked in, Sierra had a disgusted look on her face and said, "I can't eat here. Let's go to another restaurant. I'll pay." I didn't like it, but I said nothing because Hudson didn't seem to mind. But things like this kept happening. Whenever the three of us were hanging out, Sierra would pick the most expensive place of all and pay for us all. Hudson liked it, but I was embarrassed and hurt by her way of showing off her
she's
money.
trying to
So I stopped inviting her to hang out with us.
Become a homewrecker or something?
But then her birthday came, and she wanted to do something extravagant. She booked an exclusive ski trip, hotel, and plane tickets, and invited her closest friends, including Hudson and I, for free. When Sierra handed me the invitation, she said, "Oh, Karen, sorry if you can't make it." I had a feeling that she did that on purpose, so I responded, "Oh, don't worry, I'm coming." My parents freaked out when they heard I was going on the trip. Being in cold weather would definitely increase my rash, and all my body would be swollen, but I didn't care. I didn't want to leave Hudson and Sierra alone for 4 days. So I packed up my things and went. And
I think she meant to do that.
I spent all my time in the hotel.
Like she knows about your allergies, so like she put the on this place that
I had to lie and say I don't like skiing.
In the cold and in snow, so you're probably gonna freeze your tatas off.
Hudson
so
and Sierra stayed together.
That's probably the plan. They probably hospitalized you
on Instagram and Snapchat,
so she could take your guy.
My blood boil. On the last day of the trip, however, while I was having coffee in the hotel's lobby, I saw Sierra and Hudson kiss outside in the snow. I couldn't believe my eyes, but I wasn't imagining things. They were really kissing. I couldn't contain myself. I just gave up, ignoring all the alarms going through my head. I screamed at them, "What the hell is this?" Hudson was startled, but Sierra had a twisted smile on her face, and she said, "You don't deserve him. You can't even join his activity. You're also a freak."
What is that, dude? What is that? Oh my god, that's perfect. That's beautiful. That is going in the thumbnail.
She grabbed some snow with her hands and she threw it on my face. I was shocked to hear Sierra say such awful things. It took seconds for the rash to pop and then cover all over my body. I was swollen.
I mean, it was going to happen anyway.
I passed out.
Even if she didn't,
I woke up in the hospital feeling dizzy. I saw my parents sitting beside my bed. They looked worried. They told me that my body went into shock.
I'm still laughing. I'm still thinking about that fucking face.
I went back to school hoping that Sierra would apologize.
College school? Bruh. She go to college school. Not a university. College school.
To me, but instead, I found that she spread rumors about me saying that I was a gold digger and I was her best friend because she used to give me expensive gifts. I don't know what she told Hudson, but he too believed the lies she told. He only sent a message saying, "We are no longer together." I was enraged. I needed to take revenge. I knew that Sierra took pride in her long blonde hair. She took really good care of it. So while she was in sports class, I replaced her shampoo with a similar bottle that had hair removal cream. When she took a shower later and got out, she was half bald. I heard her loud scream coming from the girls' bathroom. She was hysterical and came straight to me and threatened me. "You'll pay for this." I was so happy seeing her go ballistic. All the other students just laughed at her crazy. But unfortunately, I couldn't stay and enjoy that view. The principal called me to his office, and I was expelled. But I couldn't care less. I told my parents that I didn't want to live there anymore, and we decided to move to Florida because it was warm all year round. I moved to a new school, and I kept a low radar. I didn't make any real friends, and I kept the secret to myself. But Sierra's rumor...
What? Why is Darth Vader pop... What the fuck? Stop with the faces! Stop!
I wasn't a gold digger, and to prove her wrong, I focused on my studies and graduated. And then I studied finance and business administration in college. I was working extremely hard, and I started...
Wait. Now she's going to college? Wait. She's going to college now. So, the school that she went to before was her high school, but it was called college school, and now she's going to an actual university? Her old school was called college school.
My own company at 23 years old. It was not long until I became one of the youngest successful women in the country. But I always had to be careful. I managed my work from home.
I know it's similar to a broken record at this point, but what does this have to do with being allergic to the cold? Tell me!
Most of the time I had online business meetings, and if I had to go, I would wear clothes that looked ridiculous in summer, and even in the winter. I became rich. And I was able to help my parents quit their jobs and retire.
Why the summer?
But I was lonely. I didn't have the courage to date other men because of what happened with Hudson. But then I met Zane. We met at a business conference for young entrepreneurs.
It was all because of your ex.
Was in Hawaii.
Your ex-friend, right? She's all the way back to your old town, so you live in Florida now. So
without getting into the water.
And don't worry about it no more.
So one afternoon, Zane approached me and asked, "Are you afraid of the water?" I looked at him suspiciously and asked with a cautious tone, "What do you mean?" But he simply said, "I've been watching you for a couple of days and you never seem to go in. The water is lovely, you know." I immediately took a deep breath. His comment was innocent, and for the first time in my life, I felt...
Stop! Stop with those faces! Oh my god. Stop with the faces. Oh my god, that looks so fucking retarded.
Like sharing. So I said, I can't. If I go in there, I might die. Zane was shocked and interested in hearing the whole story. So I told him.
Stop.
He was so compassionate towards me. We ended up talking all afternoon and then spending all of our time together. We started dating for a while and then we got married. I was so happy with the way things turned out. I thought I finally had my happy ending. I was rich, I had everything I needed, and I had a loving husband who really cared for me. But then I woke up one night to drink some water, and I noticed that Zane wasn't next to me. And before I got to the kitchen, I heard his voice coming from his office. It's not the right time yet. She's totally in love with me, but I need more time until she trusts me with her money. I felt like an elephant sat on my chest. Was Zane planning something behind my back? I heard his footsteps, so I rushed back to my bed and pretended to be asleep. But my heart was pounding. I don't think so. The next day, I acted like everything was okay. We had breakfast like usual, and I even kissed him goodbye.
Burgers for breakfast?
But as soon as he left the house, I called a private detective and asked him to investigate Zane. And what I found was shocking. Zane was Sierra's personal assistant. She was in the conference in Hawaii and saw me there. And when she knew that I became richer than her, she teamed up with Zane so they could rob me, or at least get half of my fortune when we got a divorce. I couldn't believe that Sierra still held a grudge after all these years. I also felt sick to my stomach. The only man that I invited to my life...
This is... Oh my god, this is... Just had to breathe in for a minute, because I was about to go on a whole rant again, but I just gotta say that this is doing way too much like that motherfucking allergic to water story. Remember that? Whenever she talked about her wild allergy for like 2 seconds until she went completely off topic and started talking about this guy named, what was it, Pablo, and then ran away with some Simon Says ass dude to Mexico and had a kid, and then Pablo tracked her down and took her back, married her, and had a kid and had another kid with Pablo, like, and now it's come to the point where this girl talks about her allergy to cold for about 2 seconds, and now it's like she met this dude. She had a best friend, and I don't even know why they became enemies. Like, unless I was talking way too much shit during the whole time, and I probably wasn't paying attention. But why do they hate each other now? Because she got popular in high school, and then and why did she want to break up her and her ex-boyfriend? What was it, Hudson, right? Why would she want to break her and Hudson up? Like, what was the... What? Like, oh my god. Man, at least in the allergic to water story, I can at least like follow the whole story that on the mates that absolutely has nothing to do with the title in the video. But in this one, I'm not following it at all. I'm not following it at all. I'm so lost.
He wanted to hurt me. I was so in love with him that for a second, I thought that I could convince him to forget about Sierra and to stay with me. But I was smarter than that. So I took all the evidence that the detective collected and I hired a lawyer. I had to divorce him. Zane was shocked when he saw the divorce papers. He couldn't get a penny from me because I threatened him that if he asked for money, I would send all the evidence to the police and he would be in jail.
Wait, that's how you spell Zane? On what planet?
As for Sierra, I threatened her with the same thing. I told her that if she ever tried to mess with me again, I would ruin her life.
Stop making
Sierra
that face.
was terrified by the idea of jail, and she paid me $2 million to keep my mouth shut. I sold the house Zane and I used to live in, and I went to live with my parents so I could raise my child in peace.
Oh, wait. Go back. Those are your parents? These aren't the same human beings. Hang on, let me go back. These are completely different people! These are completely different people! What the hell? What? Oh my god, this is almost as bad as that motherfucking, again, in the allergic to water story. when the girl went away with Simon to Mexico, they only bought this beautiful mansion in Mexico, of all places. But then later, it turns out that Share My Story was so lazy to draw a different house. They used the same house design as the one that the girl's mom lived in. And now, you guys are so lazy. You draw. Oh my god, this shit is getting me so triggered. I'm getting way more triggered than I was in any of the other ones, any of the other Untrue Tuesdays. Holy shit!
So I could raise my child in peace. Yes, I found out after the divorce that I was pregnant with a baby girl. I called her Amy. I was thrilled when I had her. Amy was
Of course
so
you were. Of course you got pregnant.
She had Zane's eyes and chin, but unfortunately, she had my disease. We found that out when she turned 7 years old. I cried my eyes out that day. She was playing with her friends outside. One of them opened the plastic water pipe and aimed it at her. The water was cold, and she soon developed a rash. Her friends started screaming when they saw her. I rushed outside and I held her in my arms and took her to the hospital. A nice doctor treated her.
Does this allergy classify anything that
he told me to get out of the room so he could treat her. Luckily, 2 hours later, the doctor got out and assured me that Amy had made it. She needed to stay a few more days in the hospital. I let out a sigh of relief, and I
also, is it internal? Because if she wanted to drink a cold
every day to say hi and check
glass of water,
and on our last day
would that affect her skin, or can she not drink it or something?
Amy more. Can I visit her, or would you prefer telling me more about her over a date? I felt butterflies in my stomach. It had been 7 years since I went out with any man, so I said yes. 2 days later, I took Amy and went to meet the doctor in the park. We decided that it would be more fun if the first date was a fun one.
The doctor's
Amy
working
also
for
needed to breathe
that
fresh
other
air.
bitch too,
But while we were playing with her on the sand, I noticed that someone was watching me from afar. I looked closely.
Oh my god.
It was Zane.
Oh
he was looking
my
back
god.
and forth between Amy and me. I knew that he figured out that Amy was his. You see, I never told him that I was pregnant. I grabbed Amy's hands abruptly and apologized to the doctor, who looked confused with my strange behavior. I went home and I immediately booked 2 flight tickets to California. I will never let him take my child. Never.
Well, that's it? That's how it ends? Alright, you know what? Maybe it's for the best. Maybe it's for the best. Okay, that was a lot to take in. Like, a lot. I don't think I can even recap the whole thing. And you know what? I'm not even gonna try. It's over. We're gonna move on. But yeah, guys, that's where I'm gonna end today's Untrue Tuesday. If you liked it, if you enjoyed it, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, comment down below what you thought. Make sure to hit the bell notification whenever you want to be notified every time I upload a new video. But yeah, with all that being said, I'll see you guys in the next video. Deuces.